Good morning. Happy Black Friday, everybody. How are you guys doing today? Now, I know there's not normally a lot of people that watch, but there's no excuses. Most of you aren't working. No, I'm just kidding. Today, as you can tell, I don't know if you can even read the titles. I know it says good morning and then it gives a description, depending on whether you're watching on YouTube or Facebook. It probably depends on what you see. But today we're talking about what makes a good idea, and is there such thing that constitutes a good idea? And obviously, there are some bad ideas. Those are the ones that lead to jail time or some other kind of punishment. But from a business standpoint, what makes a bad idea or not? What keeps it from being a good idea? And there are such things as bad ideas in business, and most of those ideas are happen every single day by every single business owner or someone who works in business. And what constitutes that is really simple: an idea that is not acted upon. How many times do you think you got an idea that could change the world, or that would be $1 million idea? Taylor, who is one of the co-founders of Nine University, which is the um, educational Amazon training that I have subscribed to, that has caused me to be extremely successful. Um, did a podcast, and he has actually a really cool idea. How many times have you been playing pool billiards, and you're in a small room, and you've got this one shot that you know you could make if you just had the room for your pool cue to go back, and you couldn't make it because it was such a tight shot. His idea is that you build a metal frame for the pool table to sit on that's hydraulic and balanced, so that you can raise it and lower it. And then you're in those situations, you release the wheels, you push it against the wall, and now you've got this full range of motion for your shot. And then when your shot's over, you slowly move the table back in position where it was, and you continue to play. That way, every shot is a good shot, and you're not really tied down by that. I think that's brilliant for anybody who's actually played pool. You would understand that, especially if you played it in a small room or if there's a crowd of people gathering. So, um, and this is an example that I was using earlier. I'm going to, now, just a quick, again, everybody who knows me knows Derek does this stuff all the time, especially my wife. Love you, honey. She she hates, I don't know if she hates, but she gives me crap about the fact that I have this memory that I can't explain. She could tell me to go do a list of things, and I will forget every single one of them. But if you ask me where someone from elementary school lived in Arkansas City, I could tell you that we could drive straight to their house as long as I'd been there once. I knew who went to what elementary schools when we met up at the middle school. I knew what part of town they lived in, and still to this day, I even still remember some people's phone numbers. I don't know why I do this. I don't know how I do it, but it's there. It's crazy. So we're going to rewind at least 30 years from now, probably right around 30 years, maybe a little bit less, to a time in which my sister Tracy was in elementary school. And Tracy was had a school project in which they wanted everybody in the class to invent something that could change or help society. I know a lot of us remember that we've had these projects, and a lot of times especially in elementary school, your mind isn't really geared towards society. It's like, let's invent something that can help me play more, something that's a little bit smaller, more micro than macro, I guess is the right way to word it. But Tracy came up with something that to this day I think of and I laugh because it's brilliant. And very few times have I given my sister that kind of a compliment. So there you go, sis. She came up with an idea, and I don't even know if she remembers it. I'm sure she does once I start telling the story. But she wanted to solve the problem. And imagine this, guys, a woman wanting to solve the problem of shopping. How many times have you gone to Walmart, to Target, to the grocery store, to the mall, or even a hospital, and you can't find a parking place? So what Tracy came up with is a spring on the ground with a flag coming up. And when your car pulled in and hit that flag, it slowly pushed down underneath your car. And so it wasn't visible anymore. So when you pulled into a parking lot, you could see all the flags around. and know where your parking spaces were. And then when your car backed up, that flag on the spring would slowly come back up and announce its availability again. Now, the only places that wouldn't work would be for really motorcycles, but then they could have their own designated parking spots to solve that problem. And then I think later she and maybe this, I don't know, this part I don't remember. Maybe I could take credit for, because I worked in an auto body part, and I really have thought about this a lot over the last 30 years, because I think it could be a huge thing if you could pitch it to the right person, and they're willing to pay for it. But if you take away the flags, because flags and springs hitting cars could cause damage, could be a liability, which could cost lots of money, and you change it to lights, and you have a light ray shooting up, and when the car pulls up, obviously you either have a weight sensor or the light just shines under the car, but then you're worried about changing light bulbs. But either way, you've got a light sensor, or it's shining down in a parking garage and lets you know where there's available parking spots. So the example is that is a great idea that could change a lot. You could probably have a lot of frustration, especially on days like today, Black Friday, go away just because parking is not that big of a pain in the butt for people. So I know there's a lot of very smart people, smarter than myself, mainly writers and songwriters, and I've shared this with my eldest, Samantha, that a lot of times ideas for songs or ideas for books or just general ideas that come up, we don't notate so that they're gone. We don't remember them for an extended period of time, but we're randomly hit with flashes of brilliance throughout a day. And I believe every one of us is, but I also believe that every one of us, or most of us, don't capture those and share them with others so they could be acted upon, or do anything with them ourselves. And so a lot of really brilliant people will have a pen and paper next to their bedstand. That way, if they wake up in the middle of the night having a crazy dream or just some weird thought, they can jot it down and try to expand on it later. So anyway, I'm rambling, and I could talk about this for a long time, so I don't want to bug too many more people. But from a business aspect, from a personal aspect, from a societal aspect, I think there's too much negativity, and we've got to come together and start to figure out ways to change, to make things change. And most of that change can be done from within, and most of us are smart enough to start that change. We just have to act on it. So when you get that idea, that brilliant idea that could change the world, or you may not think can change the world, jot it down, share it with somebody. Your spark of an idea could start a wildfire that could change the world. You just don't know what it is. So if you've got product ideas, especially product ideas that pertain to home decor, let me know. I would love to have a wildfire started. If it turns into a big seller, then you'll get some free stuff headed your way. I have no problem sending you free merchandise if you give me ideas that are going to turn into money makers for my business and my family. And if you don't know what we do, we sell rugs. We sell, right now we've got a buffalo plaid rug that's black and white. It's 27.5 inches by 43 inches. It's a perfect size. It's oversized, so it's perfect for layering at your front door, or to set in front of the kitchen sink, or to be in the bathroom in front of the tub. We also sell a rug runner that's 2 foot by 6 foot. It's also black and white. And then we have a navy blue and cream that's the 27.5 by 43. We are growing a lot, guys. We have a lot of inventory coming over, and once we sell through that, we're reinvesting in ourselves. And I have, I believe, it's between 7 and 9 samples in my house right now, that as soon as the incoming inventory turns to liquid access, we're going to expand our SKUs by at least those 7 to 9 different rugs. And then we're expanding out of the rugs. We're really sticking to the farmhouse decor, so old and rustic, that's really in right now. But there's some other items that we're working on. We've got samples coming that I'm really excited about. I think they'll be really smashes. So pay attention to us. If you haven't checked it out yet, boom, check out scarletarrow.com. That's where most of our things are. If we're in stock, you can buy it obviously from our website. We're part of the Shopify network, so I'll get triggered to ship out for you. if there's something on there that's sold out, that is one of the SKUs that we are looking at adding to our inventory, and will be doing soon. So if one of those stands out to you more than another, let me know and we'll order that one first. So I love all of you. I love the time you're spending with me every morning. I'm here Monday through Friday. Most days about 5 minutes, some days up to 15, just depends how long-winded I am. I'm going to tackle this list of things I got to get done today so that hopefully I'm home a little bit after lunch and spend some time with the family. I hope you guys enjoyed Thanksgiving. And if you haven't yet, I know that I'm spending it with my parents on Sunday. So if you haven't yet, I hope you have a great weekend. Enjoy it then. And we will talk to all of you later. Thank you so much for watching.